December 5th, 2022 school board meeting. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please stand for a moment of silence followed by the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are privileged tonight to have a presentation by Madison County Central Schools pre-K children. Welcome. We look forward to it.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Introduce to you our fabulous pre-K. So our pre-K students from Madison County Central School Elementary and their fabulous teachers. Their teachers are Miss Jennings, Miss Davis, and Miss Webb, and their fabulous paras, Miss Underhill, Miss Neely, and Miss Williams. All right.
Is that Rudolph?
That is. Oh, hello, Rudolph.
I'm sitting right here. You can come right here, sweetheart.
Hello.
Yes.
Well, is
Yes,
that an
Rudolph.
elf? Are you a little elf?
Oh my land.
And who are you? Are you Santa Claus? Are you Santa? Or you didn't know I knew who you were, did you?
Hello.
Christmas is here.
Big voices.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eye. Santa is his name. Oh. S-A-N-T-A, 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 and Santa is his name. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eye. Santa is his name. A-N-T-A, 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 and Santa is his name. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eye. Santa is his name. N-T-A, 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 and Santa is his name. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eye. Santa is his name. T-A, 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 and Santa is his name. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eye. Santa is his name. Red hat, white beard, twinkle in his eye. Santa is his name.
Somebody ready.
Santa is his name. S-A-N-T-A, 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 and Santa is his name.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You did a wonderful job. Thank you for coming. And thank you, teachers
Thank you,
and
thank
parents
you.
also.
Yes.
And parents.
That was adorable. It was. The little guy at the end was yawning. It was so
Yay.
Thank you, guys. Love it.
Thank you again.
Thank you, parents. Yeah, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. Thank you again for coming. It's always a pleasure having the students come before the school board. We really enjoy that.
Thank you, thank you.
Before we begin, I'd like to recognize our student representative from Madison County High School. Where did they go? Okay. Hold on.
Oh, y'all leaving too?
Leave it to me.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are again. I'd like to recognize our representative from Madison County High School. Her name is Joey O'Neill. She is the daughter of Chris O'Neill and Stacy Bishop. She is a junior at Madison County High School, and she serves as a junior class president and reporter of the Madison County FFA chapter. She shows cattle and competes in livestock evaluation, dairy evaluation, and horse evaluation. She has also competed in multiple public speaking competitions, and we're glad to have you. She'll be attending our school board meeting, as I said. She'll be representing Madison County High School. It's good to have you.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard, that's right.
Welcome.
On behalf of my fellow board members, at this time I would like to invite and encourage the members of the audience to sign up regarding district issues. Please begin by stating your name. You will be limited to 3 minutes. This is your 3 minutes. The clock will not be stopped until your 3 minutes are completed. We will not be acting on the issue brought before us unless they are on the agenda. If you have a question, we'll refer you to the proper person. Any comment? Okay, no comments tonight. Okay. Consent agenda items, 4.1 minutes, 4.2 career and technical education grant, 4.3 homeless grant, 4.4 Title V grant, 4.5 winter and spring sports schedules. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
We have a motion by Ms. Knight,
Second.
second by Ms. Hagan, to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion or questions?
I just want to ask on the schedules, who does the scheduling? Is it athletic director or each coach or athletic school?
Athletic director does most of the schedule. The coaches come with the base schedule they want, athletic director approves it, and then they bring it to me, and then it goes.
Because we were just wondering, all those teams that we played this year, I've never heard of those teams before.
Yeah, that would be past athletic director.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I just noticed on the girls' basketball schedule, we have only 8 home games and we got 17 away games. That's, we have a hard enough time getting buses to take them, but I mean, I would
Balance it out, yes.
I would think that it would be a home and home, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we work.
I was just wondering about that, because I had never seen it that far out of whack.
Yeah, we work to try and balance it out and cut down on those long trips, for instance, Tampa,
Yeah.
if we can't help it.
Right.
Unless it's a train.
I got you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or concerns? By a show of hands, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried, 5-0. All right. Items for individual consideration. 5.1, personnel changes. Mr. Killingsworth?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I have this evening 3 different sections to go over. If we would, we first have the personnel changes. That being non-instructional recommendations. That one is Miss Lisa Golden. That would be at Central. Then we have 2 that have been on leave. That's Miss Hester Joyner and then Miss Akins. One from Pinetta, one bus driver. And then you'll see their return dates. And then at the end, we have 2 employees, one which has already and one that is going to retire. That being Miss Welch and Miss Smith. So I'm asking your approval for this part, and then I can go to the other ones, or I can do whichever y'all prefer.
This is good. Madam Chair, I move that we approve the personnel changes.
I second the motion.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We have a motion by Ms. Hagan, second by Ms. Knight. All in favor? Opposed? Motion approved.
Thank you. The second one is a supplemental piece that they've added on, that being for the central school and that being for the sport of soccer. That being Ms. Jocelyn and Ms. Dietz. That those two will be doing the soccer program at Central,
Okay,
which
so-
actually will be at the high
So we
school.
are getting a soccer program?
Yes, ma'am. Well, this is the middle school. But they will play, of course, at the high school, the football field,
Okay.
which is basically a winter sport. So we're asking your recommendation or your approval on this, if you would.
Is there a motion to approve this soccer
Madam Chair, I move to approve.
supplements?
I second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Ms. Vieta, second by Ms. Thompson? Yes. Any discussion? I've had some concerns about this.
The soccer?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
What I was wondering, this is going to come out of the general fund,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? Who's going to, I think what bothers me right now is the money. In other words, we don't have a soccer field. Do we at the high school?
The football field
Yes.
doubles as a soccer field because both can be played on the same.
What about the goals and that, the equipment that you're
There,
going to?
there are two goals
Yes.
at the high school that we roll out, and basically they go in front of the goalposts. You'll,
Okay.
actually, if you've gone to the football games, you'll see them over just between the visitors concession and the scoreboard.
Right,
And that
okay,
area is
so we've
where
got
during the
that, 'cause I've
off-season
heard
they
that could
put
be
that.
very costly, the goals.
Okay, this is for girls,
It is.
Yes, ma'am.
and we have to try to, look at that Title IX.
Title IX.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yes.
So,
And this has been in the supplement list, so to speak, of already things that are there.
Right.
The question is, sometimes if we don't have enough kids that are participating, then we can't actually do it that year, so then we don't have it.
Right.
But if we have enough interest in participation, and then we will do it. So it's not like it hasn't already been, for lack of better words, y'all have already kind of
It's already-
approved it.
right.
It's just, some years we have it, some years we don't, based on
Right.
student
Partic-
participation.
And I knew we approved the supplements for those positions.
Yes, ma'am.
In the past.
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
And usually what this will come from the principal at the schools as to who's going to fill the various vacancies for whichever sport.
Would you-
Or club or organizations of that nature from the different schools.
Am I correct? We already have a soccer team in place, correct, for Central? I think.
they've been practicing.
I was going to say,
Correct,
okay,
correct.
yes, okay.
Historically, most of theirs is the winter months, because I
Right.
remember it being cold when I was at high
Right.
school.
And I think that's awesome. I think the kids need every opportunity they can have.
Well,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
like to give them as many opportunities, but we'd also like to keep an eye on the bottom line also.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
and it is an extracurricular.
It
Yes,
is
ma'am.
extra.
Extracurricular.
And it involves transporting the students, it involves uniform, there's a lot to it, so.
But we sure have to recognize that Title IX.
Would you like to add anything, Ms. Joseph?
All I have to say is that in your union contract, those positions, all you're doing tonight, you're approving people to fill those positions. Those
coaches.
positions have been approved.
Right.
And they've been part of your union contract, that's part of your union contract. And if you approve the positions for someone to coach, that means you approve the team.
Absolutely.
Okay, I
And
just
as,
want to bring it to the
other-
surface.
As mentioned, Title IX says you've got to do equitable treatment for female sports as well as male sports.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the soccer supplements?
I move to approve the supplement.
We have a motion by Mr. Carroll,
I second.
second by Ms.
That's your
Thompson.
second motion you have on the floor.
Ms. Hagan,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, we've already, all in favor? Carried 5-0.
Thank you. And your third one that I'm bringing before you tonight is dealing with the hospital homebound. they're actually, if you'll look up in the first part where it says Superintendent, Ms. Joseph, and then it's got right below that, it says Chief Human Capital Officer. We don't have that spot, okay? That spot is, we've had it Director of Personnel, we've had it that, but the technical one is Coordinator of Human Resources. Whichever you call it, in theory, it's the same person.
You're
It's
filling that
me.
position.
You know, so just as long as you don't call me late for supper, you can call me what you want.
Right.
So
Okay.
you are filling that position, whatever the
Well,
title.
I am yes, ma'am. That, whatever that spot is, that's me.
Okay.
But what these two names are, Ms. Rogers and Cramp, that's for the hospital homebound. There's two students that can't participate in the regular curriculum, and we have to offer education to them. This is the method as to which it is. This is not the traditional that we do day in and day out, but this meets the guidelines and the requirements by the law. So
Okay.
that's why I'm bringing these two
Madam Chair.
to you.
Thank you for that explanation. Yes. Did you have a question?
No, ma'am, I would like to move for approval of the people for
Okay.
the hospital homebound instructor.
Okay, there's a motion to approve the hospital homebound by Ms. Hagan. Second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Carroll. Any questions regarding this?
With that, what is the frequency of these services? Do they go into the home? How often? Do you know?
Usually they'll come across the street.
Okay, to the office.
And they will meet
Okay.
over at our building across
Okay.
the street.
Okay,
It's already a prearranged time that
Okay.
they're coming over so many hours
Okay.
per week.
okay.
Is basically how that's arranged.
That's the only question I have. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
By a show of hands, all in favor? Opposed? Becky, motion approved. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Killingsworth. 5.3, school recognition funds.
Madam Chair?
5.2.
Oh, volunteers, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It just had a difference, so that's why I was waiting. If I could, I'm asking your permission. We have two that, as you can see, we would like to have y'all approved as far as volunteers. That, of course, is Miss Susie Williamson and Miss Dion McPherson. If y'all so choose.
Madam Chair, I'll make a motion
No,
to accept.
Well, let me say this part first. Is there a motion to approve the consent to volunteers?
I make a motion to approve the consent for
Second.
volunteers.
We have a motion by Ms. Knight, second by Ms. Hagan. Any questions, concerns? All in favor, raise your hand. Jackie, 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Killingsworth.
Yes, ma'am.
5.3, school recognition funds.
Okay, Madam Chair, Ms. Hill is not here. Mr. Brooks, would you like to present on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Several weeks ago, we found that Madison County High School was going to receive school recognition funds for obtaining a B, moving up, I believe it's 2 letter grades. By statute, in finding that out, I went back, instructed my staff to come up with a way to where they wanted to use as either non-recurring bonuses or student materials. They decided on the non-recurring bonuses for the entire staff. They voted between 48 total staff members and a vote that was 40-8 for the teachers to receive a higher percentage of, let me see the total amount. I think it was somewhere along the lines of
$82,855.
and they would receive a higher amount. And it eventually came to $82,855. It came to instructional at 80%, para and supported 20%, which came out to $66,284 for instructional, $16,571 for support. This was voted on by hand. One of my leadership members took each one around. He took a sign-in sheet around so each member could vote, sign, so we would have an understanding of who voted. Everyone voted from cafeteria on to para and instructional members. And it went on to, the bonus would go to anybody that was there now, that was there last year, that did not quit, resign, but if they're relocated, they still, by needs, they still receive the bonus. So we took that to our SAC committee. Our SAC committee, we did that via, what do you call it?
Zoom.
The internet.
Zoom.
Yeah,
Zoom
Zoom.
meeting.
Yeah, we did that via Zoom, where we had a quorum to approve it, and that was done through,
November 28th.
excuse me,
November 28th.
November 28th. Yes, ma'am.
Have they gotten the money?
Nope.
When will they be receiving this money? For Christmas?
Hopefully, we get this
That was
approved.
the intention. And they come to you
Thank
now.
you. Thank you for that information, Mr. Brooks. All right, is there a motion to approve the school recognition funds?
I make a motion to approve the school recognition funds.
We have a motion by Ms. Thompson, second.
I second.
Second by Ms. Knight. Any questions regarding this? Okay, all those in favor? Becky, 5-0. 5.4 bus inspector contract.
Okay,
Ms. Joseph?
Madam Chair, I have before you a contract for a bus inspector. At this present time, we do not employ a bus inspector, but it's required by law that each bus be inspected at least once per month. And we were able to secure someone to inspect the buses for $30 an hour. It's not a max amount of hours that the person have on this contract. It's a continued contract, but he's got to work until the job is done. That's a requirement. And hopefully, we do hire someone in before then, but at the present, these persons have to be certified by the state, and the state is only offering bus inspector transportation twice, inspector twice a year. And I have been trying to find some of our force, some people in our workforce to partake of that training. I can't force them, but I've been soliciting before our bus inspector retired, and no one took us up on the offer. And so we're at the point that we have to contract it out because it's required.
Thank you for that information, Ms. Joseph. All right, do we have a motion to approve the bus inspector contract?
I move to approve the bus instructor contract.
We have a motion by Mr. Carroll, second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Hagan. Any questions or concerns? All right, all those in favor? Becky, 5-0. 5.5 field trips, Ms. Joseph.
Okay, we only have one field trip up for approval tonight, and this is with the Madison County FFA chapter. They want to go to Live Oak on December 13th from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This is for a sub-district contest, and that will include 6 students and 1 chaperone.
Thank you.
And it will be paid for by the Madison County FFA chapter.
All right, thank you. And it involves public speaking, which is good. Is there a motion to approve the FFA field trip?
I move to approve the FFA field trip.
We have a motion by Mr. Carroll, second.
I second.
Second by Ms. Thompson. Any questions or concerns? All those in favor? Becky, 5-0. Okay, superintendent items?
Okay, Madam Chair, a couple of things for you. I'd like to say we did, most of us just returned from our annual state FF, the annual board meeting and the annual superintendent joint meeting. But we personally are having a local school board meeting training on Wednesday, December 14th, 8:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. And our own Ms. Andrea Mancini will be our facilitator.
8:30 to 1.
8:30 to 1, it will be at the Extension Office.
We gonna be fed between that time from 8:30
I'll give you some
to 1.
snacks.
I don't do snacks like that, but then all the time, that's too long a time for snacks. You need some food.
Okay, I don't mind y'all bringing some food if you need to.
When it's something like that, you don't bring food on your own.
Finger foods.
I ain't bringing no food.
Okay, and moving right along,
Well, I won't be staying the whole time, then.
Okay.
I get hungry, I get headache.
the school teachers of the years have been announced, and we,
Man,
and the school teachers of the year have been announced, and this year we will be going back to an in-person banquet, which will, the district teacher of the year will be announced, and that will be February 2nd. You will get more information about that at a later date. And at your desk, you found a solicitation form from the high school baseball team. Please govern yourself accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Joseph. Mr. Reeves?
No, ma'am. Not unless you have questions of me.
Does anyone have a question for Mr. Reeves?
Not at this time.
I do not.
Okay. Ms. Knight?
Hang on a second. Okay, I'd like to just do a quick recap on the training in Tampa and what it did for me. I thought it was a great success and very insightful. It provided a lot of networking opportunities as well as some great ideas, and it was extremely motivating. I appreciate Ms. Becky and all of her efforts and hard work in getting us all registered and taken care of. And my favorite part of it was the student and teacher Q&A panel. The best thing I heard during the whole conference was that you need to love the kids first. The take home that I'm most excited to see put into place is the community, parent, and teacher engagement. I want to extend a huge congratulations to our 22-23 school-related personnel and teachers of the year. Our district is blessed to have each and every one of you, and we thank you for your commitment to our students. I also want to thank our recent retirees. We wish the best and appreciate your years of service, and I hope that we will see you on the sub and volunteer list in the future. In closing, I want to encourage our parents to get more involved. The district, the schools, and the teachers do want your help, and we do want to see you present. You are a key element to your child's success, and we welcome you to be more involved at any level. If you're not sure what you need to do for that to happen, please reach out to a teacher, principal, or a board member. I also would like to add that we appreciate our Central School students coming today, and thank you so much to our student representation today.
Thank you. Ms. Thompson?
Hello, everyone, and I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving break. We are less than 2 weeks away from Christmas break, and I hope you can kick back soon in your pajamas and enjoy some well-deserved rest. I would like to thank our student representative, Ms. Zoe O'Neill. Zoe was one of my students when I worked at Madison Central, and seeing her walk through the door was so exciting for me. I would like to thank Madison County Central Pre-K for their wonderful presentation and all of the teachers and parents that brought the students. Parent involvement is huge, so seeing the parents bring their children out was wonderful. Last week, the board, along with the superintendent and myself, spent the week in Tampa, filling our toolboxes with a lot of wonderful information, and meeting with school board members and superintendents from all over the state of Florida. I can't speak for everyone, but I can say that I am pumped and I'm ready to share some of the wonderful information that we learned about that is working for thriving districts similar in size to Madison County. I am confident that together as a board, we can implement some of the wonderful ideas to best serve every student in this county. I would like to take the time to recognize our school-related personnel of the year, and I apologize for not doing so at our last meeting. Thank you to Ms. Sandra Fletcher at the district office, Montrell Hawkins in transportation, Ms. Lisa Daniels at Madison Central, Rashannon Powell of Greenville Elementary School, Ms. Brittany Greason of Pinetta Elementary School, Ms. Evelyn Chancey of Madison County High School, Mr. Freddie Williams of Lee Elementary, Miss Kayla Kinsey of Madison Creative Arts Academy, Mr. Morgan Scurry of James Madison Prep High School, Manny Cividans, I don't want to say that wrong, of Waypoint Charter, and our Teachers of the Year. We could not do this without you all. Thank you to our Madison County High School Teacher of the Year, Miss Leslie McLeod, Madison County Central Middle School Teacher of the Year, Miss Daphne Brooks, Madison Central Elementary, Miss Carrie Deepersloot, Madison Creative Arts Academy, Miss Jessica Webb, Pinetta Elementary, Miss Bobby Crafton, Lee Elementary, and one of my son's teachers, Miss Lisa Smith. Thank you for everything that you do. Greenville Elementary, Monica Hopkins, and James Madison Prep High School, Miss Mandy Bergeron. Thank you.
Mr. Carroll?
Y'all about done said it all.
Say ditto.
Is that a
I appreciate it.
Deanna's a third?
Okay, I too was at that meeting, and as I was going to say, Mrs. Knight and Mrs. Tompkins had said all of the things that needed to be said, so I won't prolong. All I want to do is wish everybody district-wide a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Madison County Central School, the teachers, the paras, the parents especially for bringing the children out. We really enjoyed it, and I look forward to many more presentations too. I'd like to let you know that the band will be having a concert at Madison County High School on December 13th at 7 o'clock, and we have a fabulous band here.
Yes, we do.
There will also be Christmas programs in the various elementary schools, so you can contact the school to find out the day and the time. As a chair, I'd like to congratulate the Teachers of the Year. We have from Madison County High School, Leslie McLeod, Madison County Central Middle, Daphne Brooks, Madison County Central Elementary, Carrie Deepershoot, Madison Creative Arts Academy, Jessica Webb, Pinetta Elementary, Bobby Pinker, Lee Elementary, Lisa Smith, Greenville Elementary, Monica Hopkins, James Madison Preparatory High, Mandy Bergeron. I also attended the Florida School Board Association. I've been attending these since I became a board member, and they've really prepared me to be a member. It's something that you are not prepared for, of course, when you first come on the board, but they provide a lot of training, and I look forward to our meeting next week, Mrs. Joe, so I'm glad you were able to do that. And with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Ms. Alexa, does she have anything to say?
I asked her about this time, the next time. Yeah, the next time we'll hear from our representative. We've already discussed that. The highlights of what's happening at Madison County High School.
Okay, Madam Chair, I will make the motion to adjourn our meeting.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn. Raise your hand if you're in favor of that.
Vienna, you staying here?
I second it, baby. That's